A good friend of mine gifted me this chair cover. I know it looks a little sad right now. It's supposed to look like this, but I don't actually own proper dining chairs. Don't judge me, but let's say it was not my first priority when furnishing my apartment. Obviously, my dress form and kind of massive historical sewing machine were more important. And because I don't have any chairs to wear this cover, I thought maybe I could. But maybe not like this. Apparently, my friend got this chair cover from a, and I quote, crazy professor who got it from a funeral home along with copious amounts of coffin lining fabric, which I also received quite a lot of. And honestly, I don't really know how to feel about that. Like, is it macabre? Probably. But also, it's just fabric, right? On the other hand, maybe it has seen ghosts or spirits. Let's just hope none of the fabric I received is haunted. I'm going for a very classic design with a rounded V neckline, and I thought I could utilize the already existing straps, which feels sustainable, and I wanted to keep the spirit of the original chair cover alive. I first cut the fabric into the shape I wanted and then sewed the front and back together, adding the straps at the waist. As always, I improvised fully here because I have a deep aversion to patterns. They make me feel restricted in my creativity, and I really don't opt for perfection here. I just want to have fun. Also, while I'm sewing, I hope you're doing okay. I hope you had a decent week. Personally, I had a very demanding one. I'm a software developer, and last week we were planning the next version of the software we work on. Basically figuring out what we're going to build, how long it will take, and what actually needs to be done before we write any code. Which means meetings, documents, more meetings, and then meetings about the meetings. By the end of it, I was living exclusively in leggings and jumpers and emotionally could not handle real pants. So if you feel like that too, you're not alone, and you're doing great. Now watch the fabric magically lose all its wrinkles like Kris Jenner on a random Wednesday. I ironed the fabric off screen. I'm not a wizard, unlike heart surgeons. At this point, I decided I wanted the dress to be snatched and not make me look like a Minecraft character, so I added darts to the side seams. In this design, I tried to not add any darts in the front of the dress, just to see how that kind of clean front would look like with a non-stretchy fabric. But let me tell you, it was definitely a challenge. What I really appreciate about sewing is that I can create something in real life with my own hands. Something physical that I can touch, that I can wear, that actually exists. I feel like when we work on a computer a lot, like at an office or when we're at school or uni, a lot of the work we do is very abstract. It doesn't manifest in the physical world, if you know what I mean. So it's really nice to have something more tangible to do in my free time. Do you feel the same? And if so, what is it that helps you keep in touch with reality? Once we had a waist, I closed the back with a zipper and started creating the neckline. This is usually the point where a project starts feeling real. Like it's no longer fabric, it's becoming something you could wear into the real world. And there's something kind of comforting about that, turning something forgotten or unused into something that gets another life. We used to call that upcycling, but I guess the new term for that is refashion. But I'm not sure if this applies when the fabric used to be something other than clothing beforehand. If you know, please tell me. After the neckline and straps were done, all that was left was hemming the skirt. I cut the dress to a length I liked and finished it off. This is also usually the point where I'm glad I didn't overthink it in the beginning. When we start something new, sewing, creative projects, honestly anything, it almost always looks worse before it looks better. Somewhere between this is a chair cover and this might actually work, there's a phase where we just have to trust the process and keep going, which is inconvenient advice, but unfortunately true. And this is the finished result. What do we think of the transformation? from chair cover / funeral home lore to wearable dress. Let me know what you would have made out of this fabric. I would love reading your ideas. Thanks for hanging out with me for a bit, and I'll see you next time.